Toobin was originally released as an arcade game in 1988 by Atari. The game is centered around a couple of guys who are lost on a river. The game was later ported to a number of consoles, including the NES, which is the version I've always played. The game is on one of the weird, unlicensed black Tengen cartridges. The main point of the game, as with many arcade games, is to get the highest score possible. This is done by hitting enemies with cans and passing through score gates. In order to win the game, you need to collect letters that spell out the word Toobin. For each letter you've collected, it gives you a bonus at the end of each stage. The Toobin letters can be found by hitting a plant that has a hidden letter in it. The primary attack in this game is done by throwing soda cans, which you can either throw left or right. You only have a limited supply of these cans, but you can pick up more. It feels a little bit like Paperboy. There are 15 different levels in Toobin, ranging from real rivers to more out there ones like the Canals of Mars and Nightmare. The controls for this game are really stiff and feel heavy, but allow for some really tight corrections. As you hold down a direction, you'll have to build up momentum until you're going really fast. There's no real happy medium speed though. You're either inching slower than the screen's moving or flying down the screen ready for certain death. Graphically, this game looks like many other late 80s arcade games, however it does look a little bit worse than what was coming out at the time. For instance, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game came out a year later and it looks light years ahead of Toobin. My greatest memory of Toobin was actually looking for the game. In the late 90s, I wanted to play it again, but I couldn't find it at any used game store. I usually called every game store in the Denver area every weekend looking for it, and it almost took me a year, but I found a copy and I ended up paying way too much for it. According to PriceCharting.com, Toobin is worth about $11, which seems fair considering I bought my copy locally in the 90s for $25, but I think it seems a little steep. I bought my friend a copy of the game a few months ago and it only cost $5. Toobin is a game packed with nostalgia for me. I like to toss it into my NES every now and then, but if you haven't grown up playing it, the controls are really stiff and can be a major turnoff for most players. I would recommend playing it though, but that could just be nostalgia talking.